Let's clap for ourselves. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Hi all, my name is Selena Vicioso and I am a second generation New Yorker. Was born at 205 Bushwick Avenue in 1993. And my mom was also born on Bushwick Avenue and lost her home twice. So 2 times my mom's family found themselves homeless. That was in the early 80s. Today in 2022, unfortunately, I'm finding myself and the people in this union as well are finding themselves facing similar conditions. This building, built in the late 1800s, was originally a theater, and in the early 2000s, it was converted illegally into a residential living complex. We have had issues with vermin, we have had issues with leaks, we have had issues with faulty stairwells and boilers that shouldn't be in bedrooms and under sinks. We have had issues with gas range heaters that are emitting thousands of pollutants. We have made numerous complaints, not just to the Department of Buildings, but HPD and 311 as well. Tenants in this building have suffered harassment, not just by the management company themselves, but by people within the building that are working for the management company. Together, we've formed this union. We're over 25 units strong. We've been fighting since May of 2020. What we're asking for is simple. We're asking for safe and equitable housing. Let me be clear. This issue is not just an issue happening here. This issue is happening across District 34, and we are lucky that we have the privilege to mobilize. Other people in this neighborhood do not. Let this building stand as a symbolism to show you all that without privilege, conditions would be even worse. Conditions here are unacceptable. What's going on with management is unacceptable, and we need help. Not just for us, but for everybody who's facing similar and even worse problems. I hope that you will stay with us today as we walk you through the building and really keep an open mind and understanding of what it's like to have to deal with countless issues and feel like this is the only place that you can call home in the height of a pandemic, as the world seems to be falling apart, and feeling like nobody's gonna listen to you, nobody's going to help you make your home feel safe, and nobody's gonna help you have equitable and fair housing. Thank you all for coming today, and please mobilize and share this widely. And now I'm gonna introduce Senator Salazar. Thank you. Thank you, Senator.
The reason that we are here today is because the residents of this building have organized for a long time. And that is where their power comes from. As individuals, any one of them, it would be even harder for them to fight for the Department of Buildings to act, for Commissioner Valenchik to act. But their power, their strength comes from organizing together for years now. More than half of the residents in this building came together and have been fighting for their rights. And that's also why all of us are here today as well, to support them. And also to call on Commissioner Valenchik to do what the Department of Buildings is supposed to do. This is about code enforcement. This is about existing laws being enforced so that they can have the safe, habitable dwelling that they deserve. So all of us are here to publicly demand that. We're not going to stop until it happens. It is shameful that the Department of Buildings didn't send anyone to join us here today to witness this for themselves, but we are not going to stop until we get what these tenants deserve. Thank you.
My name is Arthur Atlas. I'm a licensed architect. I started my involvement with this building, probably 5 years ago. This building got a certificate of occupancy in 2005. That certificate of occupancy for 66 dwelling units is for a construction class called 2B, which is protected wooden joist construction. It effectively means that the structure of this building has to be protected from fire by plaster ceilings, sheetrock, etc., 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 and the joists have to be of a certain size. Okay? Problem is, if you go out to the front of Aryan Place, you'll see that it's wooden siding. part of the permanent file at the Department of Buildings indicating, guess what? This is a frame building. Yet a certificate of occupancy was issued for the whole complex.
I'm Michael Kozak. I'm an attorney, housing attorney representing the tenants in this building. I want to thank everybody for coming out on this day here. Senator Salazar, thank you very much for being here. We're here today talk about this building, and I got really one question I want to ask, which is where's the Department of Buildings? Where's the Department of Buildings? We have made numerous complaints by letter. Numerous letters been sent to the Department of Buildings. The tenants have called in, reported complaints about the illegal conditions in this building multiple times. The Department of Buildings was invited to come here today, didn't show up. They will not and do not want to go into this building and see what the conditions are, because those conditions will reveal the illegality that's happening in this building and why the C of O for this building should be revoked. So we're going to go in there today. We're going to walk through. We're going to make a nice video here so that they can see everything and we can post that and everybody else can see what's going on in this building.
Watch your step here. It's shallower to this side.
Thanks for inviting me.
According to the certificate of occupancy and the approved plans, this is a storage space. None of this exists. What we're looking at over here are wooden joists. That's what's supporting the first floor. This is supposed to be protected wooden joist construction. I should not be seeing wooden joists.
Yeah, one thing I would also like to add, the one time the Department of Buildings did actually come into the building, this was also in the summer of 2020. About an hour before they got here, management had a crew of guys down here. They ripped out all the gas-powered dryers, hid them in the back. They ripped out the bathroom that was here for maybe the first 5 years that I lived here. And there used to be an overhead gas heater in the room next to here. They ripped that all out, hid it in the back. Department of Buildings came, didn't see any of it, and they just left.
So anytime anybody signs a lease, we're told that we are not to reach out to National Grid. We're told that gas is controlled here.
Oh yeah, that's what was something else smoke before.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, here we go.
The survey shows two things. One, it shows the building that we were just looking at, the smaller three-story building, and it clearly shows it that it's a frame building. That's tin. And if you look out in the hallway, you will also see tin. That is not a fireproofing material. This is supposed to be fire protected. It's not.
This one of the units, the backside?
Yeah.
This is our fire escape, or my fire escape, but also anybody who lives on the first floor. So in order to get out in a fire, you have to, and if somebody kind of wants to hop out here and who has long legs and check out.
Also, if you head down to the right where it gets wider, you'll find that's where they keep the garbage. So you really can't get through there either.
Yeah, I mean, if you head down to the right, there's a lot of live wire. There are nails. To the left is to the backyard. It's still extremely narrow.
Yes, yes.
These aren't legal.
So this stairwell.
This is a major problem. The heater isn't legal. It's not properly vented. And this thing gives off carbon monoxide.
States that this stairwell should be metal.
Yes.
This apartment went up in flames.
These are cast iron columns, okay? They support this girder. They're not protected by sprinklers. And under the multiple dwelling law, cast iron columns have to be either encased in fire-rated materials or they need to be protected by sprinkler heads, one sprinkler head on each side, because in a fire, cast iron loses its strength dramatically. And it wouldn't melt, it would simply lose its strength and this would collapse. Supposed to have a fire rated label and it's not fire rated.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
geez.
says to look at the ladder in the back left, that's where the water damage is.
Okay, well, I got a problem here. Okay, this is supposed to be a bedroom up there. This isn't a bedroom. That's not a bedroom either. If we had legal windows in this wall, this would have to be opened to an 8-foot by 8-foot opening to borrow light and ventilation from here.
Do you see that
Yeah.
wall extension next
Yeah.
to the wooden staircase?
What's the problem?
Freaking fire.
Also not fire rated.
Yeah, that's an interesting place to look in.
Yeah, those are definitely not. Oh, watch your step.
Oh, just a little. Some exposed joists.
Yeah, this is 401. This is, so according to the C of O, this is a duplex. So we have the same issue with the gas heater and the pipes that drain the condensation were like rotting and breaking. So now it just drains into a pitcher on the floor that we have to empty. Because of that, it's also growing mold on the brick wall.
According to the certificate of occupancy for this building issued in 2005, we are on the 4th floor of this building. Okay? According to the approved plans for this building, approved in 2002, we're in the attic. Okay? It clearly says attic floor plan. And the previous certificate of occupancy for this building, issued in 1953, says that this is a 3-story building with an attic. How does that get approved?
We also have this beam up here is like, you can see a giant crack in the beam that also when it's really windy, you can like hear it cracking. Also, we have sprinklers like on top of our heater, so it just seems like that wouldn't really do a whole lot in a fire.
The certificate of occupancy from 2005, the certificate of occupancy from 1953. The certificate of occupancy from 1953 says that this building is 3 stories and a basement. Okay? It also says that the building is 58 feet tall, and the building is 58 feet tall. The certificate of occupancy from 2005 says that this building is 4 stories in height and 38 feet tall. This is a final certificate of occupancy.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. I really appreciate you, opening your homes up to us.
Absolutely, yeah. We've all got to work together to make this happen, and everybody needs to be living in fire-safe environments. You know, it's something that's very clear. And DOB needs to take that seriously. They need to take the code seriously and actually enforce it. And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, if we could get a sit down with the Department of Buildings, that would be huge for tenants.
Yeah.
You know, you actually get them to come out and look at these conditions. Those are the 2 things that tenants need.
Yeah.
You know, so.
That's the demand. Last night they informed us that they wouldn't be coming today. And we want DOB to be here.
For sure.
Yeah.
But we need a response,
Yeah.
comprehensive response from every agency to walk this building because it is the Bronx 2.0, which just happened. This is just I walked it. I can now say that we have hands-on experience of when we're truly concerned for the tenants in this building.
Yeah.